Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the SA Comedy Insider YouTube channel. For those of you who've been here before, you know this is the channel where we talk all things South African comedy. Our previous interviews, we've spoken about arts festivals and why that's important for comedians. We talk about open mic comedy nights. Our recent interview, we spoke to somebody who opened up a comedy club in Johannesburg. And today I'm honored and privileged to be sitting with Moses, aka Ouma Sarie. But we're not talking to Ouma Sarie, we're talking to Moses directly today. And the topic and theme is Afrikaans comedy, of vernacular comedy within the South African space. Moses, baie dankie for having me. Your full name is?
Moses Williams.
Moses Williams.
You can, just for the sake of the interview, you could have asked me that question in English. you went from the intro to Afrikaans and Afrikaans comedy in general. Moses, no, you could have stick to
we
English.
Could have eased into it.
You could have eased into it. Maar ja, must praat Afrikaans, man.
Nee. So Moses, in English, before we go to Afrikaans, for the people who don't know you, obviously the people do know you, but for those in the English community who don't know you, do you want to give yourself a short little intro?
I'll take the opportunity. Like I said, my name is Moses Williams, a South African actor, comedian, producer, director, and master of ceremonies, mostly known as MC. Born and bred in a small eastern Cape town called Graafrenet, now Robert Sibokwe town. But I've been based in George for the past 16 years, and that is also where I literally kickstarted my career 13 years ago, and currently still based there and still going strong.
So very interesting. So I find that in South Africa, there's two industries that run concurrently. There's the English side of the industry, which is the mainstream part of the industry. Then there's the vernacs, because South Africa has 11 official languages. So there's certain comedians that are very well known within the Pedi and Tsonga community. Then the rest of the English community, we don't know them so little. Then there's people who do well in the Zulu and Nevat, and then in English we don't know. Now, Afrikaans is also vernac. It's one of South Africa's proudest vernac languages. And there's a couple of big superstars that are big in the Afrikaans community. Now, Moses, this is where you're going to switch the languages. So Moses, or the character Ouma Sarie, is een van die grootste stars within the Afrikaans community. And we are hoping that as time goes on, that the English community must also come on board. Because this is the answer. There's something that you will vraag. Within the English industry, people will respect us and love us for the talent and the skill that we have. But within the Afrikaans community and the vernac communities, people have like a love, a passion, a commitment to those artists that us in the English community, we don't get that. Who explain you that?
Like you said, it sometimes tend to run a lot deeper than just people appreciating and loving you for your talent. Like you said, in my case, I am a lot more privileged because I play an alter ego character, which came from a place of realness. My character is based on the life of my real life grandmother, Ouma Sarie, who raised me. So I'm going to be honest with you, Virg. Like you say, we are being treated differently. The love, the support is much bigger. But in my case, taking it a step further by being a character, right? That's where people commit themselves to loving you, you know? Because when they see you, they speak to the character, they love the character. And also being the character allows you to cross certain boundaries respectfully, you know? Because you can always go back and say, ek het nie so gesê nie.
Ouma Sarie
het so gesê.
Ouma Sarie moet verdedig.
Maar jy is Ouma Sarie, prove it. So you are 100% right. There is a much bigger commitment and love towards the vernac side in Afrikaans, but being a character is where they go all out in terms of love and in support.
Speaking of a character, do you know one time, ek dink dit was, wat is die Afrikaanse groep se naam, wat hulle Steve Hofmeyer, remember Steve Hofmeyer het vir Chester Missing hof toegevat. You know, Conrad Koch is wat zijn naam is.
Chester Missing, yes.
toe wil Steve Hofmeyer vir Conrad Hof toe vat. Maar toe sê Conrad, maar ek het nie so gesê nie.
Chester het so gesê.
Toe moes Steve Hofmeyer vir Chester Hof toe vat. En
So Steve Hofmeyer het 'n papper hof toe gevat.
100%. And it was the first case in the whole world. Like die ander lande het vir Suid-Afrika gekyk om te sê, die man vat dan nou 'n eintlike. Because now it was very hard to say which one is the character, which one is. But Conrad sê, ek het nie so gesê nie, Chester het so gesê.
But in essence, Conrad is Chester.
So similarly met jou, it's going to be confusing. Because you're going to say, maar Ouma Sarie het so gesê.
Yeah.
Dan gaan sê, Moses.
And there I get away with murder. How beautiful.
So it's a very, I like the multi-dynamics. Dan 'n ander ding is, Moses, people in South Africa, Afrikaans is 'n trotse taal. Is 'n trotse taal. Afrikaans mense is lief vir Afrikaans.
Oh yes.
And one thing I've noticed, Afrikaans people, they support Afrikaans. Hoe ervaar jy daai tipe liefde in die Afrikaans? Die festivals, die mense wat uitkom. Even, I mean, the show, you think maybe it's a colored show, maar as baie wit mense wat show toe kom.
Crazy. And we've experienced it firsthand this past weekend.
Yeah.
The advantage with Afrikaans shows is I tend to find that you would get people that comes to the show, sometimes particularly white people, obviously because the Ouma Sarie fan base is mainly consists mainly of colored people. But it's interesting where you get people that crosses that border of having to know me before coming to the show. They come because they see a poster that this is an Afrikaans show.
Dan kom hulle in.
And that's the main part of Afrikaans. They will come regardless whether they know you or not. It's an Afrikaans show, so I'm curious, so now I'm going.
Yeah.
And then they come, and then I eat them, I pull them in, and then they become fans. So, but you're 100% right. There's just something significant about the Afrikaans market where people will firstly come because of the love of the language. And then you get those that comes because they are obviously fans of who you are as an artist.
Yes.
Which in other languages or other type of shows, I feel it's a bit more of a common thing.
Yeah.
For English is universal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's an English show. Those who want to come. Those who even those who come for the first time, they come. The Afrikaans people, they go with a purpose. Ek wil gaan van 'n Afrikaans show. You know, ek wil gaan.
Yes.
It's also how people talk.
Yes.
Lekker bro.
Nice man.
Ja, goed, nog een man.
Yeah, and that's passionate supporters. So now there's a few things that are very nice that's working. You say the character, it allows you to say extra things. The character provides relatability because people see a character in hulle eie huishoud. They're like, nee man, ek ken ook 'n Ouma Sarie.
I also know Ouma Sarie.
Ek vanaf kom. Then it's the language, which brings its extra things. So 'n paar lekker goedjies wat aan mekaar werk. 'n Ander ding wat ek nou al genoteer het, nee. If I perform my set fully in English, the people will laugh. Maar the moment ek Afrikaans insit, dan lyk dit so die story kry extra power, die sentence kry extra chutzpah.
For some weird reason, this joke is now funnier.
Die joke is nou fair funny.
It's now funnier just because, and even if you just throw in an unexpected Afrikaans punchline to an English joke,
Yeah.
it automatically never joke.
Maar jy vertel hom ook beter.
Oh, definitely.
In English sou jy hom nog net so gevertel dat, maar as jy in
But
Afrikaans,
in Afrikaans, when we tell story with emotion and movement.
ja,
For you.
ja.
Hm?
Daar gaan die joke.
Kom. There's emotion
Die
this.
moenie toe.
Ja, die moenie.
Ek sou jou.
Jy gaan jou nek baie. Moenie so rof speel nie. Kom jy uit. You know? So Afrikaans is a lot more descriptive and emotion there.
Hy's sterker.
Yeah, so when we're on stage and doing Afrikaans comedy, we become dominant over our audience. We demand their attention because the storytelling is bold. It's hard. Praat met julle.
En hulle lag ook beter, so the show is lag in Afrikaans en die lag is ook different.
Ja.
Die Engelse lag is 'n Engelse laggie. Die Afrikaanse laggie is 'n Afrikaanse laggie.
Mal. And with the English type of comedy, like English for me is very, I won't say scripted. There's an order of laughter even.
Yeah.
Like the audience would listen they would listen to the joke, knowing that it's funny already, but they see where it's going to.
Yeah.
And then boom, punchline, and the whole room laughs.
Yeah.
When Afrikaans, I feel Afrikaans is a lot more. There's no rules.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your joke, that auntie will realize where you're going. And you will hear a single giggle. You will hear a single giggle just because she knows where you're going with this. And then while going through the joke, while working through it, you get a few random giggles.
Yeah.
And eventually you hit the punchline and bam, the room explodes.
Yeah. And even with English, the room will explode and then the room will come back again. Maar met Afrikaans,
you have to take a moment.
Dat exploding nog een paar.
You have to take a moment. You can go take a sip of your cool drink. You can go to the bathroom as the comedian, then come back.
En dan is nog steeds bezig.
Guys, don't leave the stage.
Yeah.
Stay there.
Ja. Ontsê man net.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So that's magic daar, man. That's magic daar.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy verse. You're on that stage and you are loving every moment of performing a show. Like for me, being on tour now after 3 years with a new stand-up tour, I find it difficult to say goodnight because I've been loving every moment for the past week that the tour has been since the tour has kicked off. Want dis lekker, man. Ons lag in Afrikaans weer. I can tell stories in Afrikaans again. You know, there's no cameras, there's no action, no lights, no cut, no script. It's me just taking what I have prepared and throwing it to my people and getting the love and the laughter back.
And I've seen you enjoy it. You enjoy it. And the weirdest thing is, I think I was also telling my dad, met ander shows, as die performer nou so 'n bietjie oor tyd gaan, dan raai jy mense 'n bietjie rustig as hulle wil huis toe gaan. But one thing I've noticed with you is, daai mense sit bankvas.
En jy het terugkom na my performances, dan het ek letterlik nog about 20 minutes to another half an hour where I just do my proper Thanksgiving and just share additional special moments, and they even stay for that.
That's another one-man show on its own. Van soms as hy meer as 30 minutes so, hy kan 30, 40, 45 minutes is, maar hulle gaan nêrens sien. Gisterand toe sy hierdie ligte aan, hulle sit deur hy ligte. Gewoonlik sê die mense mos nee, maar so die ligte laer en hulle sit deur hy hele ding. That's beautiful. Can I ask you a question? Would you ever consider doing comedy in English?
Yes, because I want to go overseas and get dollars.
In die Afrikaans gaan is maar Nederlands, jy kan daarom so Nederlands.
Yeah.
But if you want to do UK, Australia, Canada,
Dubai, you gotta switch it up, man. And to be honest with you, being so inspired in stand-up comedy by guys like Trevor Noah and Kevin Hart, being my comedy idols, I would pretty much want to at some point just cross that line a bit and explore on the other side, because I know from an opportunity perspective and point of view, it will obviously even broaden my reach and my fan base even more.
100%.
And the potential of obviously crossing a few borders, you know, do a bit of international work. So the answer is yes. I'm pretty much interested in venturing into the English market of stand-up comedy.
You know what the weirdest part is? You could probably, ek weet nou nie kyk jy deur jou YouTube analytics en goed om te sien waar vanaf kry jy fans, but I can almost assure you that if you had to look at your YouTube analytics and say waar kyk jy mense, dan gaan jy sien die mense kyk in Australië, die mense kyk in die UK.
Two of the biggest requests I've gotten, Prince, and this is not people waiting for Moses to venture into English. I had people who was asking the Afrikaans Ouma Sarie to bring shows to, in particular, Abu Dhabi, Australia and New Zealand, because that's where I think most of, or where you will get a lot of South Africans. New Zealand, Australia, and
London.
Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and in the UK.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
So I think before or even while I'm finding my feet into the whole English market, I might just put it all together and speak to the Lord in guidance.
Yeah.
And just see if we can tick off another history box by taking a boy from the Karoo who's living a life of a character based on his grandmother who raised him to become the man he is today. I might just put on that pink gown,
Yes.
get on a plane, and go do some international business.
That's it.
And then come back. How amazing would that be, you know? To go and lag in Afrikaans in another country.
And you think the people love you here? You can see no love hulle jou daar.
Giving,
Don't
to give them a piece of home. Ja?
Maar regte hom.
Ja,
Nee.
dat is een vrouw wat ik follow, né? Ik weet, zij heeft ook begonnen met content creation and just an influencer now. She went from doing that, getting a few MC gigs, and now she's a full-on Afrikaans stand-up comedian.
Ja.
Mel die story vertellen.
Okay, nou niet worry, maar okay.
She does very, very well. Mel komt nou van een successful New Zealand
Ja.
tour. She's done six rooms in New Zealand.
Mm.
And it's about 100 seat of rooms, 120. If I had to go to New Zealand tomorrow and perform in a room where there's 25 people, I've been to New Zealand. It doesn't make it less of a trip to New Zealand. I've been to New Zealand.
Yeah, maar I can tell you now, Ouma Sarie sal ver meer as 25 doen. Just for the record.
That was a very poor example.
That was too humble.
But I'm gonna
There's
be
humble
honest.
and then there's 10
Yeah, there's humble and then there's me lying.
Yeah, no.
Saying I would be fine with 25 people. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Make it 50 at least.
Yeah, asseblief toch. Give
So,
her 75 will go.
So what I can and will say, Virg, I think, and if this video should reach people from the countries we mentioned now, I'm gonna be fair towards myself. I'm gonna give myself another year to tour my new show next year, God willing. And I think I'm gonna put it into the universe right now by saying by 2028, God willing, we might hit New Zealand, Australia, and Abu Dhabi. So in the team, gonna get the visas, the passports ready, get that stamp. We're coming.
Moet hulle visas kry?
We're going.
Then we vai. Ek sê nou wie ek was ook in jou week.
Nee, the really components say we, as in that, yeah, he's gonna go to us. He's gonna go with us.
Tot by die airport.
I was about to say, by our time, maar hy besluit neem. Ga jy nou wag af, gaan die Uber te huis doen. Ons werk met budget, these people.
Yeah, so all I wanted to say was the international thing, by all means, join the English, do me English goed. Maybe in South Africa it also opens up different kinds of spaces for you, but when it comes to going overseas, jy nodig nie nog te wag met die English hoor. Ek dink daai mense is heel wat gereed. Heel wat gereed vir die Afrikaans.
Yeah.
En as baie van hulle, don't underestimate.
Thousands.
As baie van hulle.
I've done a bit of research. Ek hoor in lande soos New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's a designated part of the country where South Africans live.
Safas.
Like they will tell you, the South Africans live there.
Yes.
Or most of them live there, the Safas.
Yeah.
So I know there's like, for instance, let's use New Zealand as an example. Because all of us are in the country now, so let's be nice to them.
Yeah.
Let's say for instance New Zealand. Let's say for instance New Zealand.
Yeah.
If there's 10,000, it's a random example. If there's 10,000 South Africans in New Zealand, and you've touched on this now, with people coming to shows without knowing the artists, by just seeing a South African show, if there's 10,000 people in New Zealand, 10,000 South Africans, I just want 200 of them. You can't tell me 200 people out of 10,000 won't feel the need to come and watch a South African bringing them a piece of home.
Imagine die show se naam is Lag in Afrikaans of Laugh in Afrikaans. En dit is 'n Afrikaanse vlaggie en dit vir Ouma Sarie.
You're giving me a basic ons gaan. Is jy reg?
Dan en dat kry die paspoort nou al.
We go in.
So tell me
You have
Moses.
just convinced me. Sorry.
Nee, dis ek was hier vir konvinsery. Dis ek van ons ry.
Dan gaan Vrydag New Zealand toe.
Sommer meer
Ek ben so
kry
convinced.
so lank die paspoort.
Om ek is bietjie wag, jy kon wins nou ek gaan die week ook op.
Want ons South Africa se home affairs, hy vat nog so eendag.
Ek ken mense en ek is ook kom uit.
Oi.
En dat was
I forget who I'm talking to. Ek forget. Most we've had this conversation before. When I started comedy, we were told, if you want to do comedy seriously, you must leave your hometown. You must go to Joburg. If you want to do comedy
Go to
seriously,
Cape Town.
you must leave your hometown. You must go to Cape Town. Otherwise, you won't be able to build success in your own hometown. The same as I could find a profit is not appreciated in this, blah, blah, blah. But you did it.
Yeah, because let me like this. I live in George now, but I'm from Gauteng in the Eastern Cape. Meaning at some point in my life, I already left my hometown
Yeah.
for a better life in George.
Yeah.
And then I started the career.
Yeah.
And I feel you can only but leave so many times to go and make it somewhere else.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, I already left my hometown to George because of poverty.
Ek gaan nog nie weer.
Ek gaan nie nou weer George verlaat, Joburg of Kaap vir 'n carrière
Dan
nie.
in Joburg moet jy nou weer New York toe gaan.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer, and I don't want to sound all sentimental and make it sound too Christian, but I'm a believer in you need to bloom where you are planted. You know, it's the reason why God took me out of my hometown to come to George, meaning that my hometown is my birthplace, but George is where He planted me, and I believe that's where I should bloom. And I'm saying this in all humbleness. I do believe that I'm in my blooming season. I mean, I've done some amazing things. Like, for instance, for the very, very first time ever, for those of you that don't know, my TV sitcom Ouma Sarie, we produced 6 seasons for ETV, being the very, very first long-running TV Afrikaans show out of the city in the history of ETV. It's the first time that a show outside of Cape Town and Durban and Joburg is running for so long. That's a history box. And then going to my viewership figures, history being the most viewed #1 Afrikaans TV sitcom. I've done it in George, where it's impossible to even have a career within the entertainment industry.
Daar het jy even cameras gekry.
So now you're going too deep. You're taking too deep now, sir. So I've already accomplished the impossible
Yes.
in George.
Yes.
So I'm not saying that there's not better, and better might not be coming my way. But I feel like if I manage to pull that off, I do believe that
Yeah.
I can accomplish so much more in George without moving to the city.
Yeah.
Because if I stay in George and do big things by God's grace, I can also prevent a lot more lighties
Yeah.
having to move to the city in 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
I want to be their escape
100%.
of starting a career
Yes.
without leaving George.
Industry builder.
Right there.
Thank you. Moses, like I told you, and the guys at SA Comedy Insider also know, we don't keep these interviews long. We like to keep it like a short. And then if the people want to see a part 2, you can always have a part 2 because you're coming back to East London, you're coming back to Composite in a year's time at the Guild Theatre, sold out show at the Guild Theatre. And P.E. Kabega will be back there again at Bay West. Ne?
Center stage, yeah.
Center stage, sold out again.
Coming in hot next
Coming
year.
hot. So we're gonna do it again. Moses, thank you so much. Thank you also for the platform that you are giving the other artists on the show, Ouma Sarie, but also on these tours. I mean, I've had the privilege of traveling with Moses' tour team, and you hear ook vir die span baie experiences. Hulle gee hulle baie, you empowering them. I'm sure one day they're gonna venture off and start their own things and do their own production companies and their own what and what. But it all would have started here. And dis maar net die tour team wat ek mee travel. I'm sure back home and George is al die hele young ladies. But all of a sudden voel hulle kan ook 'n director is, hulle kan ook 'n producer is.
But Moses doen dit, jy ben nie die onderwys nie.
Ja, Moses doen dit dan.
Ja,
Dis dan
ja.
lekker. So ek voel ook nou ek gaan my eie studio.
Yeah, I mean, in closing words, something like content creation and being an MC and doing events, and I want to say this in the most humble way ever. If God were to decide tomorrow to call my soul to rest, to call me back home, I I'm gonna lay myself to rest in peace, knowing that I have fulfilled my purpose. I know there can be a lot more, but if He decides it's time to call me home, I will leave this earth with a full heart, knowing that I have changed the lives of so many others. Um, I mean, 13, 14 years ago, it was something unheard of where you can, for instance, live in George and be a content creator or do content on social media or being an actor or being a comedian or being an MC even. But today, and I don't take credit for other people's successes. I have so many success stories of how I was involved in other people's careers, but it's something I don't take to the media because I'm not here to give people platforms or to open doors, just to turn around, to put on my loudspeaker and to blast it to the world. That can never be me, you know. But what I can say, without dropping any names or whatever, it's a normal thing now where people want to do content, they want to be influencers, they want to be comedians, they want to be actors, they want to be MCs, because a conversation that was not relevant 14 years ago of wanting to be these people is now a possibility because Moses is die blueprint geweest. Moses is die blueprint van die film and TV and live entertainment industry binne in George. You know, I'm not saying I'm the best or whatever, but I'm a prime example that it can be done right where you live, right where you are. And I'm honored to be able to serve in that position of being a blueprint, to let our lighties know that you can be on TV, you can be in movies, you can have your own podcast, you can tour the country performing, and you can still be handsome while doing all of that.
Come on. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this interview. As usual at Framanet, that you go and like, and that you go and subscribe, that you follow the channel. And please follow Moses and follow Ouma Sarie as well. It's all over social media. You can find Ouma Sarie on YouTube, you can find Ouma Sarie on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow Ouma Sarie in person if you find her somewhere. Follow Maraso.
Checkers, mostly.
Yeah, checkers. Not Pep stores, Woolworths, ne?
Nee, Fosnie. My oma had gezegd Fosnie. Ze heeft de ei altijd uitgelost. Fosnie.
Ze heeft gezegd
Fosnie.
So do that, like, subscribe, comment. Lekker man. Baie dankie, Mos. Lekker.
Liefde man, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
SA Comedy Insider. Like and subscribe for more SA comedy content.